How you doing? My name is Nathaniel Swopes of Swope Center. Today, I wanted to talk about Instagram models versus uh, celebrity or famous or professional uh, female athletes and collegiate athletes. Are uh, professional female athletes and collegiate female athletes safer to date and invest in than Instagram models or porn stars? And the reason I wanted to talk about this, what motivated me to talk about this is the Zion Williamson situation. He's been dating or dealing with many Instagram models. One Instagram model he did get pregnant and is having a baby with, and then another Instagram model or porn star, Mariah Mills. She has came out with allegations that he has beaten her, that he owes her $62,000, that she wants $1 million from him. And one of the things that we've seen with a lot of Instagram models that a lot of the entertainers or NBA players or high value men deal with is a lot of these Instagram models are not being quiet anymore with the dealings with some of these famous athletes, entertainers, and high value men. And I want to say, I think Giannis Antetokounmpo. I'm sorry if I said his name wrong. He married a 5'11" volleyball player that used to play at Rice University, and we've seen famous gymnasts. I cannot think of her name, but she married an NFL player. We also seen another NFL marry a WNBA star. So one of my biggest questions when I think about the Zion Williamson situation is why don't NBA players, especially because I see them dealing with a lot of Instagram models having a lot of issues, especially in NFL players. Why don't professional athletes date other professional athletes? Why don't NBA players date WNBA players? Saying why don't a lot of NFL players, date professional softball players or things like that? When I went to college at Chicago State University, a lot of female basketball players and a lot of male basketball players dated each other. The volleyball girls and the baseball boys dated each other. We didn't really see athletes. The track girls and the track guys dated each other. We didn't really see athletes dating outside of the athlete world. We saw them dating each other. We saw of course, volleyball girls would date basketball guys or baseball guys again. And when it gets to a professional level and our high level athletes, my biggest question is why don't a lot of professional athletes date other female professional athletes or even deal with female professional athletes, or why don't they deal with the collegiate professional athletes? And the reason I kind of pose this question is because we've seen um, a lot of Instagram models they're not being quiet anymore. You know what I'm saying? They want to be in the public. A lot of these Instagram models and porn stars, they want the credit and the fame to help their name. Even with the Home Depot girl, we seen Shaquille O'Neal jump on her inbox, and she posted it. She screenshotted it and she posted it, all for the fame to say Shaquille O'Neal jumped in my inbox, and then she's going to get more followers and things like that. So, and even in my small circle, being in Chicago, Illinois, I played basketball in high school. I wasn't really a college athlete. I tried to walk on. I was a practice player. And even in my small circle, when we talk about dating women, some of the men that I've talked to would discuss how dating female athletes were better because a lot of the female athletes who played high school ball or high school whatever or played college or professional dealt with their emotions better. As we all know, a lot of women who not, I'm not sure if it's the majority because I'm not a woman, but a lot of women, when they get on their period or that time of the month, they get bad headaches, they have bad cramps, they need heating pads and things like that, and they don't deal with their emotions too well. And one thing that in my circle as men that we discuss is that, do female athletes deal with their emotions better when it's that time of the month? Because when it's that time of the month, they still have to perform at a high level on the basketball court, on the volleyball court, as a gymnast, as a wrestler, whatever sport they play. They have to kind of calm those emotions down and perform at a high level, even though it's that time of the month, or right before that time of the month, or right after that time of the month. And would this mean that they will be less emotional in a relationship? Now, I'm not saying female athletes, collegiately or professionally, are perfect, because we've seen female athletes diss NBA players, and I'm not sure if they screenshotted it or other people have screenshotted it, but are, because they know and that they have a lot going on for themselves. Would female athletes, collegiate or professional, be more to keep things on hush or on secret when dealing with famous, you know, basketball or football players? You know, I would think so. I would think yes. I don't think they would be necessarily looking for the fame or the Instagram followers as much as the Instagram models, female rappers, or and I say female rap because female rappers are entertainers as well. But Instagram models and porn stars, I don't think they'll be listening for the fame or the clout as much. And I just think that dealing with female athletes as are a little bit safer than dealing with porn stars and Instagram models, for a lot of these players. And recently, what made me want to talk about this even more is seeing Quavo with the West Virginia gymnast recently. Um, and I pretty much stand on it. I think a lot of NBA players should deal with WNBA players, or professional baseball players should deal with softball players, or WNBA players, or NFL players to deal with WNBA players, or collegiate athletes, gymnasts, and things like that. I think a lot of our entertainers should deal with entertainers. I think a lot of our professional athletes should deal with professional athletes. You know, because we see what Tiger Woods is going through with the young lady who's trying to sue him because he's kicking her out the house, and she wants money because he promised her to live in the house. And even though that they're married, we see a lot of women coming after a lot of these athletes and entertainers and entrepreneurs, saying what they promised, because a lot of these women are not making as much money if they did off of marriage, if they're not married, or they're just a person that the person mess around with. They don't want to just be left alone. They want to get paid for being in these relationships. They want to get paid for that time with that athlete, with the entrepreneur, with the entertainer. Um, so even on a smaller level, I think men should deal with women that have a lot of things going on for themselves, that have their own businesses and things like that. But on a bigger scale, athletes should deal with athletes, entrepreneurs should deal with entrepreneurs, and high value men and high value women need to deal with each other, because we just see too many things going on. And we pretty much see Mariah Mills trying to destroy Zion Williamson's career. I'm not saying that a lot of women or men wouldn't destroy each other's career just because they both have money, because we've seen that happen before, with Mike Tyson and Robin Givens. Um, but if Mike Tyson dealt with Lisa Leslie, would that have happened? I'm not sure. You know what I'm saying? If Mike Tyson had dealt with Cheryl Swoops, would that have happened? I'm not sure. This is just something that's been really on my mind, and something that I've been really thinking about, and something that I just really wanted to talk about. I see a lot of WNBA players deal with regular guys, and I see a lot of NBA guys deal with regular players. And I'm always thinking, what if these people just came together? You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? And a lot of times, a lot of these NBA players and these big time professional athletes, dealing with regular people, and they have children who, a lot of times, like Michael Jordan's children didn't really become athletes. Even though a lot of the NBA players, a lot of the NBA and NFL are starting to draft more professional athletes, kids. But if these athletes came together, these entrepreneurs come together, especially African American, this only helps build the community as far as money wise. You know what I'm saying? Instead of a man taking care of a woman that doesn't make a lot of money, He's dealing with another woman who has a lot of investments and opportunities. Dealing with another man who has a lot of investments, like a Beyonce and a Jay-Z. This only strengthens the black community, strengthens whatever community, Hispanic, white. A lot of these players come together, and it's just from what I'm seeing. A lot of these NBA, NFL entrepreneurs, entertainers need to stop dealing with Instagram models, porn stars, and just regular women. Um, I know it can be fun, but I would like to see more of these NBA players dealing with other athletes, both collegiately and professionally. You know what I'm saying? So my main thing is just, let me know what you all think about what I said about this. You know what I'm saying? Would it be a better investment for professional athletes to deal with other professional athletes instead of Instagram models and porn stars? So let me know what you all think. This is Nathaniel Swopes of Swope Setter signing out, and you all have a good one.